Hello, I'm Rico Caviglia. Welcome to this episode of Fearless Aging, where in every episode, my guests and I we strive to offer you proven tips and strategies that you can implement immediately to greatly improve your overall health and well-being. So we're here to inspire you and empower you to become your best self, so you can go out and make a bigger positive impact in the world. And we definitely need you to do that. So I want to begin by wishing you a very healthy and happy new year. And I want to let you know that 2026 is going to be a much more positive year. I'm sure, as you know, 2025 was quite a challenging year for most of us. And there's quite a lot of chaos and darkness in the world, as you well know as well. But the spiritual teachers that I know about all say that we are into a new shift now. 2020 shift, 2020, 2026 is going to be a positive year where the light is beginning to overcome the darkness. And it's going to be a much better year. It's going to be a lot of good positive changes. So that's really good news. And so let's all do our part to make it a much better world in 2026. All right, so this is actually season 4 of the Fearless Aging TV show. We've done 80 episodes. So this first episode of in 2026, I'm going to give you a description of really what Fearless Aging means and what our show is really all about. And then I'm going to play for you a master class that I did quite a while ago. It's called the Top 10 Anti-Growing Old Tactics. And I think this is really valuable because that's what we're all about, how to age fearlessly and not become old. So I'm going to play that masterclass for you. It's going to go through the top 10 things that you can easily do and easily incorporate into your busy schedule that will make a huge difference, that will definitely help you to avoid disease and old age and live a much healthier, energetic, long life. That's what we're all about. I know that's what you want. And then I hope we have time. I have a short, it's about an 8-minute little video all about the power of laughter, how to get more laughter in your life. It's so good for you. So that's going to be our show today. We're just about getting ready to roll. I just want to say that we have a new show sponsor. It's Superior Source Vitamin Company. And I really want you to pay attention to this and really give it a try, because I know that so many people, you're probably taking lots of supplements and all different kind of supplements, but you know what? Mostly supplements on the market, taking all these big pills and tablets. First of all, they're hard to swallow and they are not very well absorbed. So we're pretty much wasting a lot of our money on all these different supplements. And again, so many tests have showed that a lot of these supplements you can buy don't even really have the potency or even some of the ingredients that they say that they have on the label. So I have never recommended a supplement company before, but I met this guy and I had him on my show, and he has produced a company where all their supplements they're just tiny little tablets you dissolve under your tongue. You don't have to worry about swallowing big pills. And I know I have a hard time swallowing big pills and tablets. And they instantly get into your bloodstream. They don't have to go through your digestive system. And so you get way better absorption. You're going to get way better results. They're real easy to take. You get better results. And they're also very inexpensive. So I highly recommend you give them a try. So I'm going to play a little clip here about it for you right now. Stop forcing down those massive pills that end up in your toilet, not in your bloodstream. Hello, I'm Rico Caviglia. For the very first time in my 43 years as a personal trainer and wellness coach, I am endorsing and recommending a unique line of nutritional supplements. Superior Source produces an exclusive line of microlingual tablets that dissolve instantly under your tongue. I have a hard time swallowing large tablets and capsules, but these tiny tablets are the easiest to take I have ever found. These products are clinically tested for purity, potency, and have the highest rate of absorption.
Microlingual tablets are ideal for those with digestive challenges and for infants and children, as there are no pills to swallow. They offer a full line of key nutritional supplements, including many for children. So why give these supplements a try? They're easy to take, highly absorbable, and inexpensive. Join thousands who have ditched their pills. One tablet under your tongue will make you a believer.
All right, well, back. I highly recommend you give them a try, and we'll put that link in the show description. All right, so I want to just kind of define really what fearless aging, or the title of our show, is really all about. Obviously, fearless aging means not to fear aging. And unfortunately, so many people are fearless aging because the majority of people in our society are not aging well. I just want you to know that science now tells us our genetic potential is to stay healthy until at least to age 125. So that means our lifespan could be 120, and our health span could be 125. But yet we know now that our life expectancy in America, for men, it's only 76, and for women, it's 79. It's actually been coming down in year. And so there's a big discrepancy in that. So I don't want you to have to become old and sick and die way too young. And so we need to stop fearing aging and embracing aging. So, you know, there's only really two emotions that we have. There's fear and there's love. And when we are in fear, that means we're anxious, we're feeling stress, we're dreading, or we're complaining about something in our lives. Any beliefs or thoughts or words or feelings that we would consider calling that are undesirable or negative, that's when we're in a state of fear. That's not where we want to be, because when we're in a state of fear, that's when we struggle in our life. So what we believe and what we think and the words we say and the actions that we take are creating our reality. So it's so important to realize that our beliefs and our thoughts are creating our reality. So, but the good news is we can believe and we can think and we can say and we can act however we want. You know, we can choose to have positive beliefs that serve us well. We can have positive thoughts. We can be optimistic about our possibilities in our life. So whenever you're in love, in the state of love, is when we're feeling good, we're healthy, we're energetic, we're optimistic, we're excited about the possibilities in our life. And that's what we're going to attract. Now, this doesn't mean we're not going to face any challenges. We will. Life is all about challenges, and you know, challenges are truly our blessings, because our challenges is how we learn and how we grow and how we raise our consciousness and how we move forward in life. So if we didn't have challenges, life would be pretty boring, and we wouldn't move forward at all. So as in the case for aging well, you know, if you buy into the mainstream narrative that that's just the way it is, we're all going to get old and sick and maybe end up in a nursing home and die in our 70s, well, that's pretty much what you're going to attract. So again, the good news is you can change that narrative, and you can begin to believe that you can stay healthy and energetic all your life, and you can make a bigger positive impact in the world, and you can have a more enjoyable life. You know, that's exactly what our Fearless Aging show is all about, and all of our guests that we have, they all have some great new scientifically proven and areas, in all areas of mind, body, spiritual wellness that can really make a difference in your life. And so that's also what my Ageless Living lifestyle is all about. You know, my chronological age is 83, but yet I still have a fitness and energy age that's only about 35. So my clients and I are doing it, and I know you can do it as well. So what I recommend you do to get started is to go to my main website, agelessliving.lifestyle.com, and there you'll find right at the very start, you can take our free aging assessment to see how well you're doing. And I like to say, if you don't like the results, just give me a call. I love to have a conversation with you. It's a free call. We'll just discuss what health and fitness and wellness challenges you may be facing. And I'll give you some quick and easy solutions that'll get you going on the right track. And I can also let you know, and you can also find them on my website. I have online wellness coaching programs where we can work with anybody, no matter where you live. And I can definitely help you to develop your own personalized lifetime wellness system. So I highly recommend you do that. Okay, so with that said, we're going to get ready to go into our first episode. But first, I'm sorry, I already played our commercial for you. So here's my master class, the top 10 anti-growing old strategies. Hello, and welcome to today's master class entitled The Top 10 Anti-Growing Old Strategies. And this is so important, in my opinion, that one of the top challenges that we all face as humanity is becoming old and sick and dying way too young. And as we go through the presentation, you'll see why I say this. And I also want you to know that if you actually will implement these 10 anti-growing old strategies of how to avoid disease, you will be able to avoid disease, old age, and to live a healthy, vital, long life. So I'm excited you're here. I hope you're excited because this can be life-changing for you. And I want you to know these are all strategies that I've been developing for the past 40 years, and they're all natural, easy things and that are easy, basic things and that are easy to incorporate into your busy schedule. So it's nothing that you're not going to be able to do. So I hope you're excited, and we're going to get rolling. All right. So one more thing, it'll be maybe about 45 minutes, and then we'll have some time for if you have some questions, we'll do a Q&A. And then also you can take notes if you like, but it also comes with a PDF of the same title. And so you'll have all this information and more. And so you'll have a reference to this. And then also you have an opportunity. I'll give you a link where you can contact me, and you can have a free coaching call with me where we can discuss whatever challenges you're having, and I'll do my best to get you going on the right track. And if you would like some help with developing your own anti-growing old strategy and your personal ageless living lifestyle, we'll talk about that as well a little bit at the end. I have some new online coaching programs, and so we'll talk about that at the end. And still, there's somebody who's not unmuted, and there's some noise in the background. So please mute your audio, please. Thank you very much. All right. So my story, just real briefly, I'll tell you just a little bit about myself, so you'll think, well, maybe this guy knows what he's talking about. Actually, this is an old slide. My chronological age is actually 81, and my fitness age is still about 35. And so I've had the good fortune to be a personal trainer and health coach for the past 41 years here in San Diego. And in that time, I've been able to really learn what the body requires, both mentally, physically, and spiritually, to be as healthy and as vital and to live as long as possible in this time. And I've been able to write 29 books and ebooks and DVD programs. I have a YouTube channel you can access just on YouTube, Ageless Living Lifestyle. We have over 340 short training videos. You can check that out. And my Fearless Aging podcast. We've done over 235 episodes where I interview top wellness experts, and again, in all fields of mind, body, and spiritual wellness. So I think I'd like to have you check out my podcast. And I've been able to work with hundreds and hundreds of individuals just like you to greatly improve their overall health and well-being. So I know my system works. And so all you have to do is apply it, and you're going to get some really great results. All right. Now, I think I want to start by letting you know why I call this anti-growing old strategies, because there's a big difference between aging and being old. And first of all, the term anti-aging, I think it's the wrong term, although we hear it so much, because it's really sending the wrong message to our brain, because you really can't stop aging. Aging is a natural process, right? One year you were 40, then you're 41, then you're 42. So you can't stop aging. And the definition of aging actually is to become fully mature, to reach our full potential, like fine aged wine. That's good, right? But now old's another story. See, the definition of old is being worn out, used up, unexcited about life, unable to care for oneself. And you know what? Old really is just a state of your mind and the state of your body. And those are primarily how you care for your mind and your body. So if you care for your mind and you care for your body, you never have to be old. I hope that makes sense to you. And we hear so much about growing old, I'm going to get old and all that. No, you don't. You don't have to be old. We have to age. You have to be aged. We're going to be aged, but you don't never have to be old. So I hope that resonates with you, and I hope that it gets you excited that you never have to be old. Okay. And now the reason I can say that you never have to be old as well is that science has now discovered that our genetic potential is to actually stay healthy to at least 125. So our lifespan could be 125. And yet we know here in America, our life expectancy is only about 77. It's actually been coming down in the last couple of years. So what's wrong with this picture? Most people are missing out on 40 to 50 years of good living. And we also know from the study of epigenetics, which means above genetics, it's one of the newer studies of genetics, is that our genes only play really a small role in how healthy we're going to be and how long we live. And in fact, our genes are actually affected by our external environment and our internal environment. They actually changed that. So that's actually really good news. So we're not just victim of our genes. And you've probably heard of areas called the blue zones. Now, these are areas that the majority of the community actually does stay healthy and live to be over 100 and can still take care of themselves. Now, granted, these are usually rural areas and mountains and islands and different places where there's a lot less stress than we have, and they eat healthier and more natural foods, and they have a good community and all those things. But I'm here to tell you that you can create your own blue zone wherever you live by adhering to what we're going to go through today, all these anti-growing old strategies. So let's get into it. Number one strategy is you have to believe that you can stay healthy and energetic all of your life. Now, I hope you already know this, that your beliefs, your thoughts, your words, your feelings are creating your reality. It's one of the universal principles, and it's actually, I believe it's a spiritual principle as well. As Buddha said, so you think, as you think, so you are. So your belief, whatever you believe about your life and your thoughts and the words you say and the emotions and feelings that you create, that creates the actions that you take. So all these things are actually creating your reality. So if you buy into the mainstream narrative that that's just the way it is, we're all going to get old and maybe get sick and maybe end up in a nursing home and we're going to die around in our 70s or 80, that's what you're going to create. So you have to change your belief. You have to believe that you can stay healthy, and you can, as demonstrated by the people who live in the blue zones. And so here's the thing. What it really comes down to is that you can believe whatever you want. So so think about this. Why would you want to have any beliefs or thoughts that are negative, that are limiting, that hold you back? Why would you do that? Always catch yourself whenever you're having any kind of a negative belief or a limiting belief. Always believe the very best for yourself, because that's going to give you the best chance to create the reality that you want. So you got to keep focusing your attention on what you want in your life, not what you don't want, or not what you feel is limiting for you. So your beliefs create reality. So you got to change your belief about aging, and that's the first step. If you don't do that, you're not going to make it. So I hope that makes sense to you. Now, the second one is you have to discover and live your life purpose. Being a personal trainer for the last 40 years, I've always wondered, why so many people struggle with, taking better care of their health and making health a top priority and even starting or sticking with a healthy eating or exercise program. And what I finally came up with, I think, we just get so distracted and think that we have to rush and do all these things. And it's all about making money and this and that. And we forget really what our purpose is. And it's my belief that we're all spiritual beings and we're here in this physical body for a short time, and we have a divine purpose. We all have unique talents and abilities to make a difference in other people's lives and in our own life. So when you discover what your purpose is, and usually your purpose is something that you're really good at, something that you enjoy, and that it helps other people, it serves other people. That's your life purpose. And of course, you could have different life purposes throughout your life. But when you focus on your purpose and you realize what your purpose is and you're living your purpose, that's the key to staying inspired and staying motivated, so you will take good care of your mind and your body so you'll never be old. I hope that makes sense. So if you're not sure what your purpose is, that's something you really need to work on, because that's going to keep you motivated to take the best care of yourself mentally and physically so you never will be old. Okay, the next one. Now, we actually are missing this slide. I don't know why, somehow she didn't get this slide in here. But the third one is to take responsibility for your good health. I think you understand. I think you guys know that whatever you are doing in your life and you want to be highly successful at, you have to take responsibility for it. You have to step up and make it happen. No one can do it for you. And since we already know that you are creating your life, so you have to be responsible for creating your life. No one else is going to do it for you. Particularly our healthcare system, our medical system is not going to keep you healthier or make you live longer. You have to do it. But once again, that's with everything in our life. And also, just think about this. Everybody wants to be a powerful person. Well, you know how to be a powerful person? Be responsible. When you're responsible for everything in your life, that gives you the power. See, if you're one of those people who want to blame the government or the economy or other people or bad luck for what's going on in your life, then you're a victim and you give up all your power. So don't be a victim. Take responsibility for everything in your life, and then you'll be motivated and you'll never be old. All right. The next, number 4, is to avoid drugs, surgeries, and hospitals as much as possible, except for emergencies. Now, here's an important thing to know. Our mainstream medical system, the allopathic medical system, is great for diagnosis, and they're great for when you have an acute situation. If you get into an accident and you're going to die, they can put you back together and save your life. It's fantastic. And they're good for diagnosing things, but their prognosis is not so good, because for most chronic illnesses that people see doctors for, not only are their treatments mostly ineffective, but they're also downright dangerous. I don't know if you know this, but it's well known by many different studies that the third leading cause of death in the United States is from the treatment and being in hospitals. Hospitals are dangerous places. You only want to be there if it's absolutely necessary, because you get some drug overdoses, wrong drugs, bad surgeries, and mostly you can catch infections in the hospital. So it's one of the third leading causes of death. So you want to stay away from hospitals, and you want to stay away from getting into that spiral of taking so many prescription drugs. I don't take any prescription drugs. Now, I'm not saying that you never need drugs. They can save your life. If you have an infection, you better take some antibiotics that can save your life. And there's some other situations that people have where drugs can really make a difference in your life. But they're really way abused. And we have to realize that the pharmaceutical companies, They don't care about your health. All they care about is their bottom line and how much money they can make and how many drugs they can sell you. So I highly advise you to take a look. And if you're taking a lot of medications, get with maybe like a naturopathic physician who can get you off some of those medications that you don't need. So that's number 4. Oh, here, what happened here? So the next thing you need to do is you need to learn about natural healing methods. See, we've got this thing backers who we call allopathic medicine or mainstream medicine mainstream, and we call all these other natural ways to heal your body, we call those alternative. Well, they're not alternative. We got it backwards. For hundreds, thousands of years, things like Ayurvedic medicine and herbs and acupuncture and homeopathic remedies and all these different things, sound healing, chiropractic, have been around and proven for hundreds and hundreds of years. That is mainstream medicine. That natural methods help to get your body back into balance so that your body can heal itself. Only your body can heal itself. And so drugs and surgery and those things that's an alternative. That should be what we call alternative. If you're not able to get your body back in balance naturally, then sometimes you need maybe drugs and surgery and those sort of things. So that's a thing I want you to understand. That's an alternative, but this is the main thing that you need to learn about, and learn about how to detoxify your body. We live in a very toxic environment, externally and internally these days. There's so much chemicals and toxins and electromagnetic fields and bad foods and all these things that are toxifying our body. So you need to learn how to do a detoxification. Now that's a whole master class in itself, and we'll probably do one of those coming up in the future here. And I have a thing called the daily detox, all the things you can do, which is actually a lot of these things what we talk about today will help to detox your body on a regular basis. And one more thing I want to add is there's no excuse these days for not learning anything. As you know, with the internet, you can just Google anything. You can learn all about homeopathic remedies. You can learn about herbs, and you can learn about Ayurvedic medicine. You can Google any kind of chronic illness and find different ways to take care of yourself. So there's no excuse for not learning what you need to do to take care of yourself. Okay, now we're down to number 6. And number 6 is about eating, about nutrition, which is so important. And so here's the thing. It's all about eating real food. My very first book I wrote way back in the 90s was called Real Food, Real Fast. It's how to make healthy fast food, which you can. I realized when I was a really busy personal trainer in those days, I was rushing around and I wasn't eating as healthy as I wanted to. And so that's why I took time to develop how you can actually create healthy fast food. Because, everybody's busy. That's why fast food got so popular, because it's fast. But here's the thing. It's not that difficult. Here's the key in the real food. The key word is real. The real food is what's grown in nature by Mother Nature. It doesn't come in any kind of a package. It doesn't have a label. You don't need to read and see if it's got a bunch of toxic stuff involved in it. It has its own perfect label already. So it's organic fruits and vegetables and some nuts and seeds and some healthy grains, and also some healthy animal products that are raised naturally without any chemicals and hormones and pins and all that sort of thing. So it makes it real simple. When you go into the supermarket to buy your food, most of the real food is on the perimeter. All the things we just talked about. And in the middle, usually all these stacks of all these packaged and processed foods that mostly you want to stay away from. Now, that doesn't mean there's not some fairly healthy, minimally processed foods that comes in packages. I eat some of them myself, and that's okay. As long as you're getting at least say 80% of eating and eat as much raw food as you possibly can as well. Then it'll make such a difference in your life if you can change your diet to eating mostly real food. It'll make a huge difference in getting rid of ailments that you have, of giving you more energy and making you look and feel so much better. and just improving your overall health. So once again, it's just a matter of taking a little time, make it a priority. You're already eating food, so why not just begin to shift into eating really healthy food that's going to improve your health. So whatever you're going to eat, take a moment and say, is this food going to energize me? Is it going to improve my health? Or is it probably going to maybe plug me up or slow me down? And maybe it's so highly processed that it actually can put you on a negative. If you've ever felt a little tired or slowed down after you ate, there's two reasons for that. One is either you overate, you ate too much, so all the blood has to drain down into your stomach to help digest it, or you ate some highly processed food that's so devoid of nutrients that you're actually on an energy void. Because it takes a certain amount of energy to digest and absorb and digest and eliminate the food that you eat. So if you're eating really low nutrient food, it can actually put you on a negative for energy. So keep that in mind. All right. We're on to number 7. And this is move it. Move it or lose it. It's so true. Our physical bodies, what are they for? They're made to move. They're able to move our brain and our mind where we want to go, right? They're made for physical activity. So why did we stop moving? I don't know. People got so into doing as minimal amount of movement as possible. We've pretty much convenienced ourselves to death. Now we can do things with just our voice. We can't even turn a knob on something to turn something on. We can just say, "Come on," hey Siri, turn on the radio, turn on the music. I mean, it's nice to use technology, but we overdo it. You can't even get up and turn something on anymore. So you've got to move your body on a daily basis. It really is move it or lose it. The reason that people get old and can barely walk and they're all bent over and they're stiff and they can't move very well is because they stopped. If you don't move on a regular basis and you don't move your muscles, you don't use your muscles, and you don't stretch, your connective tissue and your muscles are going to shorten up. They're going to get short and stiff, and then you're stuck. That's why you see old people with bad posture and shuffling around. You don't want that to happen to you, and you don't have to. You just have to here's what you need to do for a basic exercise program. Every day you need to get some form of aerobic activity. You don't have to run marathons. Those things are actually counterproductive. Anything extreme is actually aging you. But you just need to go out for a power walk or even a short walk, swim, ride your bike, dance, sing, move, do something, to get some movement going. There was an interesting study not too long ago where they had 2 groups and they base it on weight loss. So one group, they had exercise real intensely for an hour every day. The other group, they had them just keep moving throughout your day. Get up and move. Don't sit too long. You probably heard that saying now that sitting is the new smoking. At first, we used to think sitting was too much, was just bad for your posture and got you stiff and gave you backache and all that sort of thing. But now medical studies have shown that it's really bad it pulls blood in your legs. It's bad for your heart, puts stress on a lot of your organs. So I recommend don't sit for more than about 30 minutes and get up and do some movement, walk, do some stretching, do some breathing. So anyway, you do some form of aerobic act. Okay, back to the study. And so the group that just kept moving throughout their day, at the end of the study, guess who lost more weight? The group who just kept moving throughout their day. So again, you don't have to exercise real intensely. You don't have to go to a boot camp. You just got to keep moving. So do some aerobic activity every day, at least 20 minutes, up to 30 minutes, and more if you have time and you like it. And then you have to stretch. You got to stretch your body, your muscles, your connective tissue every day. Just take 15 minutes. What I recommend to my clients is before you go to bed at night, get down on the floor, and I have about 7 basic exercises or stretches that I show people. And if you just take 15 minutes and do these basic stretches, not only will it keep you really highly flexible throughout your life, but it relaxes you. It'll help you to sleep better as well. So if you can develop that habit, it'll be really helpful for you. And then you need to do some strength. You need to keep your muscles toned up and strong. So you need to do at least 2 to 3 muscle workouts, strength workouts in your week. And again, these don't have to be heavy duty lifting weights or even on machines unless you want to go to a gym. What I teach initially with all my clients is what I call functional fitness. We're doing resistance exercises just using your own body weight. And the real benefit of that is it helps you to function better in your daily life. I mean, like really, who cares if you can bench press 300 pounds? How's that going to help you in your daily life unless you're a football player, right? So I teach, movements and strength training that will help you to function better in your daily life. So you only need to do 2 or 3 per week. And again, it doesn't have to be too strenuous, but just do things that are going to, strengthen all your different muscles in your body. And again, that will keep you plenty strong and muscle toned throughout your life. And again, you'll never be old, because again, one of the characteristics of being old is you have muscle weakness. You're not strong anymore, and you can't move very well, right? But that doesn't have to be. You just have to do that on a regular basis. So just got to keep moving. Move it or lose it. All right, the next one. This is actually number 8. So it's about slowing down and taking some times out and getting the rest that you need. One of my main mentors in nutrition and just overall health, Dr. Bettina Yellman, she was a naturopathic doctor here in San Diego for a long time, and she actually had a naturopathic college. And she told me what she learned was our bodies require about half and half, about 12 hours of daily activity and about 12 hours of rest, relaxation, and sleep. And that makes sense. That keeps you, it's all about balance, as you can see on the screen. So it's about balancing things out. So during the day, you can be active, you can do a lot of physical things, but then you need to slow down. And now in these 12 hours of rest, you need to get at least 7 to 8 hours of good sleep. So many studies are coming out nowadays that say how important to get the sleep is. If you don't get regular, at least 7 hours of sleep per night, you're definitely aging yourself. And they've done studies. They've done quantitative studies on people who have gotten, say, every hour, and they found out that every hour less than 7 hours, your cognitive abilities go down. So people who say, "Oh, I can get by on 4 hours," they're fooling themselves. They're not functioning optimally as well. So you got to get your sleep. So if you're not sleeping well, you really got to get a handle on it and get some help, get some coaching to get some medical attention. And then the other 4 hours, say, it should be rest and relaxation. Life's not supposed to be just busy, 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 rushing, stressful, got to accomplish this, got to make more money, got to do all these things. What's the point? Life's supposed to be enjoyable. Yes, we're going to have challenges, and there's going to be things that are maybe a little bit stressful, but you've got to take time out to de-stress and to relax and enjoy your life. Sometimes when I talk to a live group, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. I want to save that for another slide. But anyway, so do something that's fun and that you relax. It can be listening to music or playing music or just talking with friends or going out for just a easy walk or walking out in nature or whatever relaxing for you. Take time to do that every day, and that's going to really keep you from getting old. So it's so important to get the rest and the relaxation that you need. And number 9 is to keep learning. This is particularly so good for your brain. That's I actually wrote a report, The Ageless Brain, a couple of years ago, and I did a lot of extensive research, all the different things on how to keep your brain healthy. And that's one of the biggest ones. Exercise was actually probably the biggest one that almost all the researchers came up with, but also to keep learning, keep stimulating yourself. And as I mentioned earlier, there's no lack of ways to learn things these days. There's no excuse for not learning anything. Just you can Google. There's classes on YouTube. There's anything you want to learn, you can learn. And so, keep learning. Learn how to play a musical instrument. Learn to speak more languages. Just keep learning, or just learning about your spiritual path, or learning how you can be a better person and learn how you can make a bigger difference in the world. So the more that you learn, the more you're also, it helps you to grow both mentally and physically and spiritually. And so that also keeps you inspired and excited about your life, because there's more things to learn and to get excited about and to enjoy. And that's, again, what will keep you from not being old. All right. Now we're down to number 10. And this is my favorite. This is my favorite one of all. Fun. Enjoy your life. As I just started to mention earlier, yeah, we're going to have plenty of challenges, and that's good. We're here to have challenges. That's how we learn and how we grow. And if we didn't have challenges, life wouldn't even be interesting or exciting. It'd just be boring. But life's not supposed to be a struggle. Life's also supposed to be enjoyed and to have fun. And I think of all these 10 strategies that we've gone through, I think this might be the most important one of all. I think way back in the 80s, they did a comprehensive study of centenarians. These are people who lived to be 100 and were still, pretty healthy, and they had good cognitive function. And so they asked them, why do you think that you live this long and you're still fairly healthy? And over 90% of them said, first thing they said was, yeah, I wasn't stressed out. I wasn't all stressed out. I enjoyed my life. I had fun. Doesn't that make sense? It definitely makes sense. So if you're having fun and you're laughing and you're enjoying your life and you're not taking life so serious, that's one of the best things to keep you from becoming old. When I speak to a live group, I always like to ask people to raise your hand if you're having a lot of fun. And, some people don't raise their hand. And I've actually talked to some of these people, and they've gotten their life so serious, and they've let things stress them out so much, and they think they've gotten so busy and they have to do this and they got to do that they don't even know. I ask them, well, what do you think would be fun? And they kind of have a blank stare. They don't even know what would be fun anymore. So take some time and think about that. Am I having enough fun? Am I really enjoying my life? It goes by fast, so you got to enjoy your life. So these are the top 10 natural things that you can do. These are proven things that I know work, and I know that'll work for you, but you've got to implement them. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. I have a couple more slides here. Here's a slide of my Fearless Aging podcast, where I really hope you'll go and check out some of my podcasts. And if you like it, you can give us a review and tell your friends about it. It's where I've interviewed over 237 wellness experts all around the world on all aspects of mind, body, and spiritual wellness. So you'll get some really great information. And so I hope you'll check out my Fearless Aging podcast. And this is the screen here. This is where you can book your free solutions call with me. So you can write down this, or I'll also send this to you as well when I send you your free PDF. You can write this down, or you can book your solutions call where we'll just go over whatever challenges you're having. Everybody has unique challenges and different lifestyles, and so I'll do my best to get you going on the right track. Now, I do want to mention, here's the thing. It's one thing to have knowledge, but it's another thing to take action on it. One of my favorite sayings from Einstein was, knowledge without action is useless, right? So if you don't take action on what you learn, what good is it? So you have to step up and take some action on that. So, and that's what I like to do. I like to, that's what my coaching program is all about, is to help you, first of all, design the right program that's going to suit your lifestyle, and then how you can actually incorporate it into your life and to take action on it so you get the results that you want. So I've recently put together some new online wellness coaching programs. I'll send you that link too. You can check those out. and where they're 90-day programs where each week you get a PDF and you get a video training from me, and then we have a 1-hour coaching program every week to make sure that you understand it, you're incorporating it, you're developing it, and you're implementing it. And at the end of 90 days, you'll have your complete ageless living lifestyle, anti-growing old strategy that you can use for the rest of your life. So if that's something that you're interested in, I can tell you more about that on your free coaching call. All right, we are back. So I hope you got some good information there. And as I stated, you have to take action on these things. And I know it can be a little overwhelming. So I just want to say you don't have to do all those things at once, although you could begin to start incorporating some of those things into your lifestyle. And as you progress, you can add more. And it won't be long before you'll establish all those habits, and you'll see that it wasn't that difficult at all, and you'll be receiving some great results. All right, so I do have one more message for you here, and then I'm going to play that laughter video for you.
What if in your 60s, 70s, and 80s you were healthier, stronger, with more vitality than in your 40s? It's not genetics, it's not luck, it's the ageless living lifestyle.
Hello, I'm Rico Cavaglia, creator of the Ageless Living Lifestyle. I've had the good fortune to work with hundreds of individuals just like you to greatly improve their overall health and well-being. And my clients aren't just staying healthy, they're out hiking mountains, playing sports, and feeling better in their 70s and 80s than they did in their 40s. My clients and I are living agelessly, and I know you can as well. So let's have a friendly conversation about your personal aging challenges and your goals. There's no pressure, just an honest conversation about where you are now and where you want to be, and whether the ageless living lifestyle is a good fit for you. So I'm here for you. Let's talk.
Laughter as medicine. How humor can help you heal. Laughter really can be like medicine. There are a variety of benefits associated with laughter. Humor can be infectious. It forms a bond between people because it provides an increase in happiness and intimacy. It provides a common ground for both new and old friends. In addition to being good for your mental health, laughter also provides healthy physical changes in your body. What sort of physical benefits are given when you laugh? Sharing a laugh strengthens your immune system, boosts your energy, diminishes pain, and protects you from the damaging effects of stress. It is a fun, free, and easy form of medicine. Benefit number 1. Laughter heals the body and the mind. A powerful antidote for stress, pain, and conflict. A good laugh brings both your mind and body into balance. It connects you with the people that you are laughing with, while keeping you focused on the positive. The ability to laugh easily and frequently will help enhance your relationships with other people, while supporting both your physical and emotional health. Research shows that laughter can be good for your health in these 4 ways. It relaxes the whole body. A hearty laugh releases tension and stress, which leaves your muscles relaxed for up to 45 minutes. It boosts the immune system. It decreases stress hormones, which slow down immunity, while increasing white blood cells, improving your defense against diseases and infections. It triggers endorphin release. Endorphins are the body's natural feel-good chemicals. They promote a sense of well-being and will also aid in temporary pain relief. It protects the heart. Laughter improves blood vessel function and an increase in blood flow, which can help protect against a heart attack and other cardiovascular issues. Benefit number 2. Humor helps you stay emotionally healthy. The good feeling that you get when you laugh remains with you for a while after it occurs. Humor helps you to keep a more optimistic outlook through difficult situations, such as disappointment or even loss. While it provides a reprieve from pain and sadness, laughter gives you the strength to overcome life's problems and to find a source of hope. It goes a long way when it comes to helping you feel better. The fact that laughter is contagious is another bonus. Hearing the sound of laughing will prime your brain into wanting to join the fun. There is a link between mental health and laughter. It can remove negative emotions. When you laugh, anxiety and sadness subsides. It allows you to relax and recharge. Laughter reduces stress while increasing energy levels, which helps you to remain focused on more positive things. It shifts your perspective. Even the worst situations can be seen in a more realistic, less threatening light. It distances your mind from a troubling thought or emotion, which will take away that overwhelming feeling. Benefit number 3. Laughter provides a wealth of social benefits. Humorous communication will strengthen relationships because it triggers positive feelings, and it provides an emotional connection with another person. A positive bond will act against negative elements such as stress, discord, or disappointment. Laughing with others is so much better than laughing alone. A shared laugh will keep established relationships fresh by adding joy. It will heal resentments, past hurts, and disagreements. Basically, laughter unites people even in the most difficult situations. When humor is present in your relationships, it will improve their quality and increase the connection. Laughter and humor in your relationships will allow you to embrace spontaneity. Humor will get you to leave your troubled thoughts behind. Stop being defensive. Laughter will put an end to judgment and doubt of other people. Let go of inhibitions. The fear of holding back will be set aside. Express your feelings and thoughts. Your true self shines through when negative emotional barriers are cast aside. How to bring more laughter into your life. Laughter is a natural part of life. If you grew up in a household where laughter was uncommon, or if you find it difficult to find humor due to past troubles, laughter can still become a part of your life no matter what stage you are at. You can start by setting aside a time to seek out an opportunity to laugh. Eventually, you will find that you can laugh more freely and find humor in more situations. Here are some helpful ways to bring laughter into your life. Number 1. Smile. Like laughter, it is also contagious. Number 2. Make a list of what you are thankful for. When you consider all of the good things in your life, it will help you to move away from negative thoughts and feelings that weigh you down. Number 3. Move toward laughter. More often than not, if you hear another group of people laughing, ask them what's funny, and they will be happy to tell you. It will give them an opportunity to laugh again. Number 4. Associate with fun, playful people. People who laugh easily will be great companions, as their humor and zest for life can rub off on you. Number 5. Add humor to conversations. Ask people what the funniest thing was that happened to them that week or that day. It is sure to bring some much-needed laughter your way. How to develop a sense of humor. The best way to develop a sense of humor is not to take yourself or others so seriously. Of course, there are moments and events where laughter is not appropriate or wanted, but most events in life are neither happy nor sad. They fall into the gray area of ordinary life, which gives people a choice to either laugh or not laugh. There are things you can do to start seeing the brighter side of life. Number 1. Laugh at yourself. Share some funny or embarrassing moments with other people. It will help you to see yourself in another light. Number 2. Laugh at situations rather than becoming upset. Most bad situations have an element of humor, be it irony or absurdity to them. Laughing at a strange moment can help you obtain a better outlook. Number 3. Deal with stress. Stress will impede laughter and positive emotions. Take steps to eliminate it from your life. Number 4. Emulate happy people. Look at children who are experts at taking situations and life lightly. Befriend people who love life and enjoy laughter.
Okay, that's today's show. We just made it on time. So thanks very much for being here. Tell your friends about the Fearless Aging TV show and subscribe to our channel. I'll put that link in our show. And so go out and make it a better world and be your best self. Thanks very much for being here. Have a healthy, happy new year.